is his.
Swear to God, if you corner it on me,
This is his show.
It is my show.
I just showed up.
yeah, we just here for support.
I just showed up at this point.
Yeah, what's good? Welcome back to another episode of the Henny Nights podcast. As always, I'm your host, your brother, Jay White, coming to you live from Jack Daniels and Coke. Kazi Society in the heart of downtown St. Louis. If you ever wanted to start your own podcast, this is where you need to be. They have all the equipment. You got your ring lights. If you want to make it visual, they'll get you right. Also, it doubles as a co-working space. So if you ever want to throw your own event, check out KAZI-SOCIETY. Downtown St. Louis is where you need to be. Next, Henny Nights merch. Check the link in the show notes. I got your hoodies, your crew necks, your t-shirts, your masks, because niggas be sick out here. All that other stuff. So if you ever want merch for the show, tap in there. And as always, I appreciate your support. Now, you heard laughter in the background. I am not alone. My show has been occupied by bosses, mugs with new jobs, just doing great things here in the city. So I will let them introduce themselves. I don't want to. You might want to go by a code name. I don't know, man. You might want some anonymity in this motherfucker.
I'm gonna say the manager.
Oh yeah,
that's her.
the manager. Right.
I'm not gonna say this the manager, but no, we'll let Umi go first today.
Okay. So my name is Umi and Keshia. I work for a local nonprofit and a PR and communications company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, and I'm Keshia here, and I
the
also
manager.
work.
The manager.
I'm a nonprofit manager, okay, and I work for a local nonprofit as well.
There you go.
So we're both doing great things here in the city.
Look at y'all.
Yeah,
it's nice to see y'all again. It's been a minute.
it's good to see you
The
too.
holidays.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And all that.
Happy birthday.
No,
Yeah.
First of all, happy Black History Month, because
Okay.
today is the
Yes,
first
it is
day
the
of
first
Black
day.
History Month.
Yep.
Hold on. I think I got a sound effect for that. Give me a second. Let's see here. Oh, no. We're not doing chimes. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, because that's what we need to clap it up for. Real black all day long. Yeah.
That's right.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Sponsored
Right. Sponsored by Jack Daniels.
by Jack Daniels on Henny Night. Yeah. So, Umi. We are gathered here today for the love of Umi, right?
For sure.
For sure. So, a little background here. We were all in this really dope networking group. And the night that was that the night we finished the program?
That was the night we finished,
Yeah, it
yes.
was the last day.
The last night we finished the program, me and these two heathens, we decided to go get some drinks, get some, good bar food, shoot the shit or whatever. And we feeling good. We feeling great.
Correct.
And a young man, bald
Gerald.
man,
Young enough.
Gerald.
Young enough.
by the name of Gerald,
That's right.
saw young Umi and was like, I like you and I want you.
The ad lib that you're giving for this scenario right now.
you gotta add some stuff to it that like may or may not have happened, but it sounded like it happened. And he was like, can I get your number?
No.
No. The man came and said, hi, I'm Gerald. And Umi.
Let's start it from the beginning, first of all. Let's start from the beginning. So I go up to the bar to get a couple drinks for
Yes,
us, okay? I think it
yes.
was some shots or something.
Yeah.
It was 3 of us. Painless, right? I'm
Okay.
up there. He taps me on the back. He just, first of all, he stands in the corner just staring at me. Okay, that's fine. Then taps me on the back. I turn around. He says hi. I said hello. Then I turn back around. I'm going to continue my order. You're not just going to stare at me and not say anything. Then he taps me again and says, I'm Gerald. And then puts his hand out. And I said, okay. And I shook his hand.
No, you didn't.
I gave my hand.
You smacked
No,
his
you
hand.
didn't.
I gave my hand.
She actually tapped his hand with 2 fingers.
You lost your fucking mind.
The palm of his
It
hand.
was just his whole
hit a
approach
2
and
tap.
demeanor, though. Like, I don't know what you wanted me to do with that. Like, you wanted me to do all the work. You see what I'm doing up at the bar. And you say you're interested in whatnot.
Which is code for bodies fucking drinks.
That's exactly what it's called for, actually.
But all he told me was his name was Gerald. And what am I supposed to do? Congratulations. Did you want a shot for that? Like,
You a junior?
you didn't ask what my name was. You didn't ask how I was doing. You didn't. Why you over there rolling your eyes? How would you have handled this scenario, ma'am?
I think usually when people say hello, my name is, you respond with, oh, hello, my name is so-and-so.
I didn't want to be. I mean, he's the one that felt the need to speak to me.
Which goes into the whole reason why we are here. The whole reason. Big Umi, what they call her. You got to come with a certain type of energy. Approaching Big Umi.
It was. And I'm sorry, but like, if that scared you off, and then like you just went to the corner and then sat at your table with your friends and then left immediately, like, you didn't want anything.
What'd he leave with, though?
Nothing.
He left with nothing. I couldn't.
Oh, I thought he jumped in the car with that.
Oh, he did jump in the car with a woman. That's
Yeah,
right.
It was like
With
a
Rebecca.
2007 Mercedes truck or something. Like,
Facts. And that set Umi off. This motherfucker gonna
don't
try to
think it
holler
went-
at me. No, she wasn't really mad.
No, I didn't go that
but
far.
oh.
It led to an interesting conversation.
So how would you deal, or how about we ask you this,
Oh, shit.
James? How would you, as a man, approaching somebody that you thought was attractive and you liked?
So in my previous experiences, especially at the bar, I have bought them their drink.
Okay.
nice.
Yeah.
That is nice.
That's the least you can do, right? To
Did
break
you at least have
the ice.
conversation?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's the one problem.
We had a
that didn't
conversation. I'm
happen.
James. You're such and such. How you doing? I'm good. I'm like, what are you drinking? Bought her a drink, and then
Because that's usually how it flows.
yeah.
He asked the name.
What's your name?
He asked the name. I didn't get a question.
You from around here?
He asked what your name was?
He didn't.
Oh, he didn't. Okay.
Yeah.
And with the name like Gerald, I'm gonna need you to lead with a little bit more and follow up.
Cause he got an old ass name. Old
Y'all
ass
gonna
name.
make me sound so
19
judgmental.
Well, you're not
on this
judgmental.
show.
You have, and then you explained it to us as we were eating Parmesan fries and
We had all
jalapeno
kinds of
poppers
things.
Mini tacos.
Yeah, we had all
and
kinds
mini
of things.
tacos or whatever.
We should actually run that back.
Hey, I'm down.
That was a good
Okay.
time.
I'm down.
After this, carry on.
Tonight? Oh, I'm down.
Don't you need to eat dinner?
Right.
Sure.
And some of us
Yo,
were
okay.
expecting
Clearly
dinner.
somebody is fucking hungry. Okay.
Listen, I looked up. It was like 1:30 today, and I was like, oh, I should eat lunch.
You know what?
You didn't eat today?
I hadn't eaten a thing.
The life of the manager.
The
It
life
is,
of the
you know,
manager.
Right. But no. Umi likes BDE.
She sure does.
And the example of BDE is one that caught me off guard.
Oh my God.
Not gonna lie. Cause I didn't picture that for you. I don't know what I pictured, but
It wasn't that.
young Mr. Eat Your Booty wasn't it.
Mm.
So what is it about Mr. Kevin Gates for you?
You know, it's just he's confident when he speaks. He knows what he's talking about. He can back it up. It's factual. It's just that, like, I mean, he's a little bit grimy and sexy and just all the things. I mean,
He literally looks like he barks at people. Like, he looks like
I
he
didn't
will bark
say the
at you.
look. We talking about the energy. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about.
The energy
So,
looks like he will bark at you.
I'm just saying I can appreciate that. That's not what I like gravitate towards.
Right.
Not if, Gerald came at me with that. Like,
And we just put all this out here. Gerald. If you drive a 2007 Mercedes-Benz, our bad.
It's
dog.
over for you, my guy. It's a wrap.
Our bad, Gerald.
Yeah.
We apologize.
I don't.
Kinda.
I hope you take this as a learning lesson.
Facts. So and needless to say, you want them to be confident when they approach you.
Yeah, or like contribute something. And like, don't get me wrong, I am always a woman that doesn't expect anything. I can buy things for myself. I can do for myself. It's not that kind of thing. It's just, you could have at least asked me my name. You could have like made some kind of conversation. I don't know what you thought looking at me with those hazel eyes. You thought I was just going to be like, okay.
They're supposed to get you. You're supposed to,
No.
you know.
He thought that was the conversation when he said, "Oh, hi, I'm Gerald." He thought you were going to turn around and say, "Oh, hello, I'm Umi." Because that's usually how it goes in most interactions.
I didn't feel like
if
he
you're
needed to know
not
my
dealing
name.
with Big Umi, you know,
Big Umi.
that's typically how things go.
I don't know. Manager, how would you deal with this
Manager.
situation?
I mean, I would have said, "Hey, I'm Keshia. You know, how are you?" And if I just turned around and I was like, that's not the man for me, I probably would have like, "Oh, nice to meet you," and kept going about my business.
Now, I know you're not a woman that likes to waste her time.
I don't like to
Let's
waste my
get
time.
into it.
I know she's not one
I don't like to waste my time.
She is one that is very direct.
I don't have
I've
time.
seen you and I've heard from you.
I'm the manager.
I don't have time.
It doesn't take a long time.
It doesn't take a long time. I don't think it takes a long time at all. Like if you know what you want and you know where you are in life, like why are we doing this? Why are we
Exactly.
taking time? Why are we playing games? I feel like at this age, after 30, you pretty much have a good idea of what you want, right? And you could tell when somebody doesn't
Some
fit.
of them are questionable.
Yeah, but you could tell when someone doesn't fit your puzzle. Like
Right.
if it's like, you know what, this piece is not quite right. And that's not to say that, you know, there aren't some great other pieces out there. It's just, you know, when it's not a good fit for you. Or like if you have more questions, they might not be red flags, but they might be yellow flags popping up, right?
It's not a carnival.
Yeah, it's not a carnival. We don't want, you know, and that's not to say nobody's perfect, right? That's because that's not what we're saying. It's
Absolutely.
just saying that you just might not be perfect for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Womp womp.
okay, well, womp womp.
Gerald's gonna find somebody. I
'Cause
think he went home with somebody
He
that night.
did. He went home with that white woman.
We all are just trying to find the
happy
lid
for
to our
him.
pot at this point,
Yeah.
right? Like we all just trying to find the right one.
Exactly. And he found something warm to, you know, lay up against.
That could have been his friend. Let's not make
Yeah.
judgments on young Gerald.
Yeah.
That nigga
He's
not
young though. I
No
don't know
Levert.
why he's saying
He's
that.
not
Like,
young.
he's not.
He was
Young-
he was
young Gerald.
balding.
He
Was he
gave me-
balding?
Now I know some 30-year-old men.
Did you
that
see
are
him balding?
He was
So
balding.
Now look, I
balding.
can't deal with a balding
was-
man because you know what? They don't even know how to let stuff go.
Petty, petty
shots
motherfucker.
fired.
Petty manager. Not only is she the manager, she's petty as fuck.
You don't know how to let it go.
The manager spoke. LOL.
Yeah, I'm happy to not have a receding hairline or be balding.
That's a blessing.
Good.
But
facts.
even if you
It's
are
wonderful for
balding
you.
or bald, it's
Just let it go.
You gotta have
I'll
a
be.
BDE.
I'm
You
not
got to
even-
be ready to let it go.
I'd be devastated.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can have
Have you seen
BDE
the-
with the George Jefferson.
I mean,
No.
they wear wigs nowadays. Have you seen the men get
The
the
The lace
installations.
fronts. The lace front,
They get
yeah.
the lace fronts, and then they even.
So
have,
y'all
like,
wouldn't judge him if he got an installation? Yeah, let's get to it.
I'm gonna let the manager answer this
yeah,
one.
yeah. Look over here, manager.
Y'all trying to go viral today, huh?
manager,
Y'all
manager,
trying to go viral today, huh?
manager. Can he have an installation? A deep wavelength installation.
You know,
I'm gonna
and then
go-
he
I'm
takes
a-
it off at night.
Let me go
before you
ahead and
to
go with a
bed.
safe answer. It's not what's on his head, it's what's in it.
Boo!
She's saying no. Is what she's saying. That's what she's saying. Let him.
Not what's on
Let
his
him take that
head.
off and put it on that little doll at the end of the night.
Oh, because I might judge him a little bit. I
Yeah.
might be like, oh,
Granny used to have him in back in the
his little head
day.
up.
oh.
That shit used to love.
Wake up in the morning.
Love my
But
granny.
you know
But
what? Because I don't take my
manager-
hair off at night.
But manager,
It just comes
it's
out the
what's
scalp.
in his head though.
It's what's in his hand.
Yeah.
That's right. You know, we just
So
like
you're
a
just
man
gonna-
with some personality. We want him to have some character.
So what you're telling me is you're just gonna turn your back to him and close your eyes so you don't have to wake up and see the shit.
That's fucking crazy. Visualizing that, like you turn to like do something,
they don't really take it off. They just, it's glued on or, it's on there.
but you would know something
But if
is
you
off
started to
because
see it lift in the wind or something,
I don't know. Stay tuned.
like it never grow. Like
it just never grows.
It just stays.
It just stays that length. Yeah.
What you
It's
call
about
it?
$300 a month.
A manicured lawn.
Yeah, essentially.
It just never.
right?
grows.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think you don't find that suspicious?
I would definitely find this. I mean, you can tell when you see them. I've seen them, and you see somebody and they got the little fade on the side, and you see that little top, and you're like, that's not quite.
It's the worst.
Right.
It's the worst in the summertime when you start to see that.
You can
drip,
see
that
the
dark
line,
drip
yeah.
come down when they.
You can see the line.
Here I go. My
That
homeboy.
man might not be for me either.
The what?
That man might not be for me.
The installation man.
Yeah, he might not be. He might not be for me.
I'm
Y'all.
glad you finally decided to be honest.
Okay, well, we're going to be real today, I guess. So that man might not be for me.
So no installations. No men named Gerald. What else do we have here?
Now he could have been a boss and named Gerald.
Yeah, I
And
don't
know
think
how to
names really
handle it.
matter.
I could come up with
Really?
nicknames.
I don't think names, I mean, none of us named ourselves. Our parents named us.
You'll date a nigga named Otis?
If Otis is fly,
I'm
for
gonna call
sure.
him O.
Oh.
For sure.
I'm gonna call him O.
If Otis has personality, Otis is coming with it.
He has a vision.
I always say, like, my thing is, if you're going to come in the room, come in the room. If Otis is coming into the room, and Otis is like,
he's
I'm
the
here,
other manager, by the way.
I'm ready. If Otis is like, I'm
Facts.
here, I'm ready, I'm with it. Otis, come on in.
Yes.
Come on in,
Come on in, Otis.
And have a seat. I'll buy you a shot.
And I did come to see you, Otis, at this point, right?
I guess.
Yeah, don't be like that. James is not a new name,
No, it's not.
so don't start.
It's not. But
Don't
it
start.
ain't Otis. It ain't
But it's-
Job.
Joe.
We
don't know anybody like that.
I know a nigga named Moses.
There is somebody named Moses. I know, like, young people named
Job.
Moses.
I don't think I've ever met
I've never
Job.
met a Job. Yeah.
And they probably don't go by Job.
What they go by? Joe.
Joe.
Yeah.
B. Something.
Something.
JB.
JB.
Something.
Moses.
Anything.
It's 2023. They're not going by Joe.
I mean, they come out with
Unless
new
they're
names
in the
every year.
congregation, so that's different.
well,
Yeah. Then
Raised in the
congratulations
church.
to
To
First
that
Lady.
man.
What'd you say?
Congratulations to that man named
Yes,
Job,
I'm happy for him.
wherever he is.
Let him not come to me.
What, Job? You don't want no Job?
No,
No.
she don't want a Job.
You can do Otis, though.
I could do
Because you
Otis.
say call him O.
Yeah.
What's up, O?
Yeah. Just like the manager said. I mean, it's the way you come and you approach and take up space in the room. And I'm
Yes,
like,
'cause
okay,
come into the room.
I see you.
Come into the room. Don't come in here playing around, hesitating. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just come on in the room.
Yeah.
Come on. If you come in, come on. And bring it.
And have a seat.
And your installation.
And bring it.
yeah.
And come
Oh,
in and have
damn,
a
he
seat,
got an
sit down.
installation.
Yeah. We're going
New
to
twist.
tag all the negative
So-
shit
so
on there.
If he has an installation manager, how do you feel about this?
We already talked about this.
He gonna own the room. He
Just
gonna
gotta
own. He
close
own
your
in the
eyes and give
room
him your
though.
back at night.
If he came in the room and just shoot, and he just
Oh,
couldn't let it
no.
go. We all, we all have a little something.
Is it
Maybe that'll be his little something.
all
I
right.
don't know.
So there's certain hairstyles on dudes that y'all like. Nah, I can't do it.
I prefer a clean cut man.
Okay.
That's just my preference. But
I don't mind. I mean, I do love dreads, but you gotta keep them clean if you're gonna have them.
Gotcha.
But regardless of what your hairstyle is, just keep up with it.
yeah,
Like make it make
That's fair.
sense. Because you don't want, even if it was a female, you don't want to be able to like see her tracks coming out or like half of it's hanging out and the hair like texture doesn't match. Like, I think that both need to be held accountable.
Gotcha.
yeah. We just like, you want somebody put together.
Yeah. Okay.
As the manager, she's very, she is coming into the room and taking up space.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
y'all
is-
know, because I would hate to show up on a date, put your nice clothes on, and as a woman, you get yourself together. You be like, okay,
Your
yeah, this
makeup's
is
expensive
You get
that
your
you put
yes,
on.
and you get yourself together. You got your hair together. You say, okay, I'm cute. I got this makeup on, face beat, and you show up, and he looking like,
Hair flapping in the wind.
who shot John and forgot to kill him? Like he looking rough. Like it's like nobody wants. Come on, put a little effort in, right? Like we want you to. I put all this effort in. I took my time getting ready. The least you can do is do the same thing, and that's what we mean when we say like come into the room. Like
Yeah.
show up. I want to see you do that. Yeah, match that effort.
I'm with you.
I'm okay. I'm over the baby hair phase.
Yeah, same.
I'm over that.
the Warenberg Theater look. As I like to call it.
It's intense. When I was on a plane the other day, I saw this flight attendant. She had 2 little buns, and she definitely had all the swoopy swirlies in the world. And I was like, you know what? This is too much.
It's like at least 3 inches long coming down.
It's
here
too
on
much.
the sides.
Meeting her eyebrows. That's intense.
It come with the hair. Okay.
It's intense. It's intense.
Very intense. So that's probably my only I'm good.
Yeah, I feel that.
I'm straight on that. So we're supposed to be pulling questions from a hat today.
I was supposed to bring the hat. My bad.
The manager
Nobody reminded me.
forgot to bring the
Manager
hat.
was managing.
The manager was managing.
Managing everything but that part.
But I mean, you got to remind me. Sorry.
Yes.
Right. She just told you she didn't eat lunch.
Yeah. Crazy how you go from being jobless to,
Having the job.
having the job.
Having the
being
job. I
manager.
wasn't quite jobless, but it was nice to be
You was for-
unemployed.
you telling.
I'm pretty
For
sure
2
you
weeks.
introduced yourself as, hi, my name is
I'm
Keisha,
jobless.
and I'm unemployed.
And I'm
currently
unemployed.
don't have a
Yes, I was
job.
definitely unemployed for 2 whole weeks, and it
there
was great.
You said that with so much bass
And she was happy.
Yes.
assertiveness, and I am unemployed.
Y'all know how great it is to not work for 2 weeks
You should have taken more time
and still
off,
get a
to be
check.
honest.
I definitely should have taken more time
should have
off.
taken more time off.
I definitely should have taken a month. A cool month would have been great.
Yeah, but you was off right around the holidays though. So
Yeah, it was around Thanksgiving, so it was good.
yeah.
Yeah.
You were living life.
Yeah, I was. I was spending all the money. If it wasn't tied down, I bought it. Just doing stuff at this point, right? Boy, nothing like spending
You got
money.
that Mickey situation fixed, right?
I did.
Okay.
I did. Buying a new house is ridiculous, y'all. You just never know. You just never know. I found out there was a hole behind my oven, and I had someone come fill it up.
The manager.
The
Managing
manager.
things.
Managing things.
All
Yeah.
right, cool. So I'm literally Googling questions, but I got one that came to mind immediately.
All right, what do you want to talk about?
All right, so
Because you want me to make a confession on air?
fuck no. I ain't
Oh,
gonna
okay.
confess.
Oh.
I do got something to confess.
What do you have to confess?
So I bought this house and then Mickey showed up, right? Let me tell you, that was the only time I was like, damn, I'm single. And I was like, damn, this is what you need a man around for, right?
You had one of them moments.
I had one of them moments. And I was like, all right, I can do this. But I was like, oh, this is why you have a partner. These are the reasons why
That part.
you have a partner, right?
Yeah.
That they can handle some of that stuff. But it was, it was fine. It got worked out. It got resolved, but
I feel you on that. Because my house, it's like the old historic window, so sometimes they drop a little bit from the top. And this happened last summer, and I had a wasp fly in. And I screamed, and I called for my roommate, and I was like, you have to come and handle this.
Yeah.
And so he's over there with the towel trying to get it, and I'm just like, yeah, it's not going to be me.
yeah.
It's
yeah,
not. Mm-mm.
for sure.
No.
That's your confession that you scared of wasps?
Oh, no, this was a comment. This was just, I was just piggybacking.
We were
off of-
dialoguing.
Yeah.
Because, people say that
Y'all were potting.
it's like you don't need no man.
Yeah.
No, yes, I do.
Yeah.
Fix this.
Yeah, you
help
do.
with the stove shit
We all need help.
and kill a wasp.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
when
right.
I had Mickey, he came to visit me too. And I called my landlord and I had him take care of the business. I was in a hotel for a couple days because
It was that intense.
it was not gonna. Girl, he was in my bed.
No, that's wild.
Yeah, there had to be a lot of sterilization going on.
What you mean? He was in your bed barking. Huh? I don't get tired. What's up? This is what you prayed for. This is what you asked for. So, the question that came to mind, because somebody posted it, Instagram got notes now.
Okay.
So, the question, well, it wasn't necessarily a question. It was a statement, but I was going to ask you all, is it possible to have a best friend of the opposite sex?
I think so. I do.
Talk to me, the manager.
We gotta talk about this. I think I'll say this, but my best friend and I have been friends for over 20 years. So we've grown up together. And that relationship changes, right? Like it's had to change. He's married now, he has a baby, and it just evolves. Like if you're really truly friends, it doesn't have to be complicated.
Mm-hmm. and not touching each other's shaboing boings.
Exactly. They didn't have to be it.
Boundaries.
Yeah. Okay. You agree?
Yes and no. I think that it's situational.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
I think it's situational, and I think that the media and movies and rom-coms and whatnot have alluded to somebody ends up falling in love or having feelings or this and that. I will also say, I mean, I think you can, and they don't have to be heterosexual, and you can have a best friend that's of the opposite gender as well.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Because, I have that situation as well currently with people that I have grown to love and, been around for years and appreciate that relationship. I have close male friends, but, I don't talk to them every day.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think the problem is just how we think about relationships. Like,
Correct.
in general,
I agree.
We always think, or I'm not gonna say we always, but it seems like we think about relationships in terms of like romantic relationships. You need more than just romantic relationships. You need platonic friendships with people.
Correct.
And you know those people who always approach people of the opposite sex with the intention of dating them. It's like sometimes that's not it. Like sometimes you just need to meet people and get to know them. And it might not be a good fit for them to be who you partner with. It might be a better fit for them to be your friend, and your friends can do a lot of things for you, I mean, I'm a testament to that. My friends, have opened doors for me, have helped me get into spaces and places that I probably wouldn't have been in, and I think that's great. Like those friends of opposite sex just really can help, bring light to your life. When you think about it as a kid growing up, you learn more from your friends probably than you do your parents.
Yeah.
And so if you just learning from if you're a man and you're learning from all men, or you're a girl, if you're a woman and you're learning from all women, we miss some things. So it's nice to have those friends, that balance.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
And also, I like to your point though, manager, I think that relationships, like you said, they don't have to be just romantic, because I think friendships are relationships as well. Like you have to nourish and cultivate and invest in time and different things, whether it be, physically or emotionally. And when I say physically, it could be helping them move.
For sure.
Like you said, helping them get into spaces or whatever that looks like. Because you can't get to anywhere just by yourself or just with a certain group of people or a certain demographic or anything like that.
Yeah.
What's wild? I was talking to this guy that I used to date. We were just having a general conversation, and I use date loosely. Like we went on a few dates, and he was like, "Yeah, I would have a problem. I would have a problem dating a woman who knew a lot of men." And I was like, "Well, why is that?" He was like, "It just doesn't seem right." And I'm like, "So you couldn't be my man because I'm in the space that I'm in, the workspace that I'm in. I know a lot of people. So you're gonna be pissed off every time. Every time you see me." Like going to talk to somebody, having a conversation with somebody, you're gonna be pissed.
It's giving
and it's
LDE.
Like, yeah, it's giving right. And it's like, his thing was you should if you're a married woman or like if you're a taken woman, you should always lead with the fact that you're with somebody. And I was like, it's a little weird. It's weird. Like if it doesn't come up in the conversation, why do I have to bring up like, oh, my husband or my boyfriend? Like I'm like, that's weird. Like I don't think it has to be that extreme, but I think you do have to know how to put boundaries in place. But that's not just as a woman. It's not just with men. It's like with people in general, right? Like, but I'm like, in certain spaces, that's just what's required of you when it comes to work. Right. It's just like
that insecurity
or whatever. It's just required. I mean, you have to talk to people of the opposite sex. That's just how life works. And it's just like, so if you're my partner and you're with me, as long as I'm like, hey, James, this is Bruno, whoever it is, like, nice to meet, as long as I introduce him, I don't understand what the problem is. But he was definitely on some like weird stuff, like, oh, that's crazy. Okay, well, be pissed off.
Right. So if you meet a man, your
be pissed
initial response to them is, hi, how you doing? My name is Gerald. Hey, Gerald, I'm married.
Yeah.
And my name is Keshia.
That's wild. Like, oh, you got this owner. Like, hey, just letting you know I'm off the plantation for a little bit. Like that's crazy.
I thought we got over those times.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah, that's a little weird. A little much. Yeah, it was just weird because the person that posted it didn't believe it or hasn't encountered it. And I'm like, yeah, my female friends, I've never like looked at them any differently outside of that. Like we tight.
Yeah.
You know, like I come to them like, yo, am I tripping? They'll tell me if I'm tripping or like you need to do better, et cetera, and holding me accountable and stuff like that. So I was like, damn, like none of the male friends around you, like y'all aren't not best friends, but like friends. It was like, no, there's still like some attraction there or whatever. I'm like, damn.
Y'all can't manage attraction like.
We not the manager though.
I mean, but you know, like it's like you can't. That's what I'm talking about. Like you can't approach everybody you meet with on some like, oh, we're gonna have a romantic relationship. Like it's just gonna come out of this.
Yeah.
You know, there are attractive people in the world. Like
all the time.
Yeah,
you're always gonna meet somebody smarter, more attractive.
Yeah,
has better qualities than whatever the next person.
But that's like saying, oh, every person I see that I'm attracted to, I like talk to them, and it's like that's kind of weird too, right? Who has the capacity to do that?
Yeah, I mean maybe the manager, but like
I definitely don't have the capacity.
She's not shooting her shot at everybody that she thinks is attractive.
Absolutely, nobody is. You see somebody come across you like, nah, he look good, but it's like you just note it, but it's not like
I want to do something about it.
Yeah, I want to take action on it,
act on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was
exhausting.
like, damn, I felt bad because I'm like, damn, like you ain't got no homies of the opposite sex. Like,
no, she missing out.
And you need that too, I feel like, for both sexes because, not trying to be funny, like with your situation, right?
Yeah.
When you were talking about when Mickey came to visit.
Yeah.
Like, or something, you needed help with something being basic when I say this, but like something being built or something, something you need help with. It's nice to be able to just call your friend and be like, can you help me out with this? Or can you do this, instead of having to be like, oh, I need to, if I call this guy that I'm romantically seeing, he might expect something or like something in return, instead of just being like, you good, sis? Like you straight, and then moving on from that.
It's like I can tell some of y'all need a hug, because like you never got hugs before. Like it's like
out here now.
I mean,
motherfuckers
like
do be needing hugs.
Yeah, like I mean, I'm laughing, but I'm like, no,
it's okay.
It's okay to have people in your life who care about you,
and it be just that they care about you, and that's it. It doesn't have to go anywhere else,
and it doesn't have to be transactional. Like it's not about like, oh, they can build something for you or they can help you out in a situation. Like, but it's just sometimes there are good people who are in your life, like, and they just happen to be of the opposite sex. It's like, we're talking about this, like, that's crazy. Like, would you say that if somebody was of a different race, like, oh, can you be friends with someone of a different race? Like, you could be friends with people, right? At the end of the day.
Yeah. And I think that also,
but we just complicate it.
We can charge it to also like somebody that is attracted to the same sex. And then if you have the mentality of, oh, if I talk to them or if I speak to them, they're going to think this about me or they're going to think that I like them or whatnot. And that doesn't have to be the case. Like, not everybody that is attracted to what they like is going to want to hit on you or going to want to be with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like you said, like people are people at the end of the day. So treat them as that.
Yeah.
Niggas be needing friends out here.
Exactly.
Well, the way
you really
acting,
do.
The way people are acting nowadays, they surely do need a hug and some not trying to be funny, some mental health. They need some counseling.
That's a whole different topic.
Yeah.
It's a slippery slope.
Yeah. What else you got for us today?
Let's see here. What is your biggest pet peeve?
Nah, I went first last time. You go.
My biggest pet peeve. I don't even know. What's yours?
Damn.
That's something to think about.
Reverse. Hit me with a Uno reverse.
I did. Reverse.
Let me see.
Well, put 2 reverse cards down. We're muted.
Yeah. Like, damn, I was hoping to have my answer after you answered. Good question. I hate weird shit. Like, I'm at an age now, like, interaction with...
Yeah, what's weird?
I'm about to give an example. So, Beyonce announced her tour.
Yes.
To this morning or whatever.
Correct.
So, you post about it. It's like the buzzworthy thing on social media or whatever. And So I posted about it. Like I made a status like 6-7 years ago. Like, yo, buy Beyonce tickets, and y'all basically locked in for life or whatever. Like you ain't going nowhere. I'll buy you Beyonce tickets.
I mean,
you feel me?
I mean, you kind of not wrong.
And so I posted that or whatever, and then I had somebody respond and was like, "Who you taking to the concert?" And I'm like, "Concert is not until August." And they responded, "But the tickets go on sale soon." And I'm like,
I mean, do you want to go? Is that where they were asking?
okay,
You know,
like I'll let you know when I buy the tickets or whatever. But like that interaction was like fucking weird to me or whatever, because it's like somebody that like
You felt like it was
there's some history there, but I feel like they were trying to like instead of asking me directly, like
They were alluding.
Yeah, alluding or trying to like hint, and like that shit always comes out. Like, I don't know what it is now. Like maybe when I was younger, I'm like like you checking for me, but just don't want to tell me you checking for me. But now, like at 34, I'm like, motherfucker, say it with your fucking chest. Like, are you trying to find out? Like, am I dealing with somebody or like what? Like, and you don't even live here. So it don't even matter. Like,
she looking for somebody to find her out too.
You don't even live in this state. So like, why does it matter? So like, that's the most recent example. And
she's just trying to see Beyonce.
Yeah, which is fine. It ain't gonna be on my dime, no. It ain't gonna be on my dime. Yeah. But if you want to go to the Beyonce concert here in St. Louis, Missouri, hit my line.
You got opening day.
Me? It's a group activity. Not just playing. But yeah, I just don't like weird. I guess weird shit in general, and it could be men or women. Like like I'm big on communicating. Like talk to me.
Yeah, I agree with communication for sure.
And like we'll figure whatever this is out if I want to figure it out. But just don't be fucking weird. So like weirdo shit is a pet peeve for me right now. Yeah.
I think mine is more like, when people go off in their corner and make up the story or like fill in the gap when it's like we could have finished this a long time ago or I could have cleared this up for you. That bothers the mess out of me. Like that pisses me off.
Like creating a story.
Assumptions.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like, if we have a weird interaction and instead of you like coming to me and like we'll just talk about it or we have some type of interaction, instead of like clearing it up and just like wrapping it up and we just finish it out, people like going off to their side of the earth and just being like, you know what? This is what I think. Instead of just like, because now you're coming at it with all your stuff, right? When all you had to do was ask me what I meant by that. Or, having some clarity. I'm like, if you get some clarity and some understanding, it might not even be what you thought it was what you thought it was, right? So that's what I mean by like just they go off and they make up a story, on their own and go off. That bothers the mess out of me. And I'm like, what? At that point, I'm at a point now where I'm like, I don't even want to give you an explanation at this point. I'm gonna just let you have it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just let you have that, and you just,
live in your truth.
Just live in your truth. It might be dead wrong, but I'm gonna let you live in that.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Come on, big Umi.
I mean, for me, I think it's kind of simple. So, like, if I'm going out with somebody, man, I hate when people smack when they eat. Like, I don't need to try the food that you're chewing on and it flies in my mouth. Like, that's one thing. I just feel like that. Like that's
a little embarrassing.
They trying to get the flavors of hitting my tongue.
But you don't need the sound effects is the thing. I mean, your tongue's already in your mouth, so like just let it marinate in there.
Yeah,
that's the thing. And then another one that I'm really big on is, oh my God, grammar. Not necessarily like full sentences grammar, but like if you don't know the difference between your and there and there, like that's.
Your and your been whooping.
Or buy and you spell it BYE when you're trying to say like come by. Like if a guy that recently and I was just like, no,
that ruined it for you?
No.
Damn, Gerald. You just had to spell by right and you was in there.
I'm just accepting at this point those are not the men I'm trying to date.
Right. So for
you know
me,
what I'm saying?
Like,
your has been undefeated for like
You know what I'm saying? Like at this point, I'm just like, I'm not even trying. The men who don't understand that, we just don't need to do this.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand if you have a little slip every now and then,
but girl.
But
like if I
it's
have
consistent,
to literally, if I have to read out your text like out loud so
and
I
to
can
decode
hear
it,
to decode it, that's a problem. That's
sure.
a problem. Like I don't even know what to blame that on.
How's dating going for y'all?
It's going good. It's going good.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying it.
As you should.
You feel me?
As you
Yeah.
should.
You know.
Yeah.
You got any in your life? Any
No, I mean, there's somebody that I've been just like having conversations with, but working with. But no, I'll be honest, especially since this year turned over, it's just not been a priority of mine.
It'd be like that.
It's not been my focus.
It's like that sometimes.
Because I'm tired. And men are exhausting out here in St. Louis. Oh my God. I can't. It's too much. It's too small.
I guess.
I mean, I'm sure there's somebody out there.
No,
I'm not cynical or saying like
they're
all the same
I don't get
and
that
this
from
and that.
you.
I'm just like, right now I just
You're taking
feel like
a
I need
break.
to take a pause and then let it reset. And then, summertime might be a different time.
Hey.
Beyonce's coming up.
Hey.
I need to
It's a multitude of concerts and shows and all the activities are coming here.
Right.
So like you never know.
Right.
Yeah.
Same for you.
No, I'm not taking a pause. I'm just, I'm just taking my time. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's hard. I think it's hard in some ways to date because especially like when you have an idea of what you want, right? Like it's just like at this point, it's like when you get to it, if the piece doesn't fit the puzzle, it just doesn't fit, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it's just not a good fit, it just is what it is, and that's kind of sad, in some ways. But it's like.
It is. And I feel like I've definitely, for me, like, I still have my expectations, obviously. And when I say expectations, I mean, like, expectations that I expect from myself, not expectations that I want from somebody that I can't even provide or, like, give or in any different kind of way or reciprocate. But, if it comes, it comes when it comes. And if it doesn't now, then... It's okay. I'm not mad about it.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's like, honestly, I think I'm the happiest I've been in a long time.
Same.
And it's just kind of like,
That's
you want
amazing.
someone who can add to that happiness.
Yeah.
And it's just,
leave me alone.
You just want somebody who can add to that happiness. And it's just kind of like, this is a good time, but it's not a great time.
Yeah.
And it's like, maybe that's not the right fit. But I know I can speak for myself and say, like, I felt like for a long time, I was conditioned to kind of think that things had to end because, like, something didn't work out. And I think that's kind of how we are conditioned to think about dating. Like, it's like,
like the relationship.
Yeah, like when you're dating, like, it's like you have to end it because, somebody cheated.
Yeah.
Or, somebody did X, Y, and Z. It's like, no. Nobody did anything. Yeah. Sometimes you just have to end it because you know what? This is not a great fit.
Yeah. I agree. And recently, I was seeing somebody, and it didn't work out. And unfortunately, that person took the option of like ghosting and just like not dealing with the situation.
Yeah.
And for me, I don't have the energy to like hate anybody or be mad.
Yeah.
But I will say that I lost an immense amount of respect for that person.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, it could have been as easy as a conversation.
Yeah.
And like, if you just had that and like, it sucks. It's not going to be easy sometimes. But if you just had that conversation, all right, bro, we're still going to work together. We're still going to do the things because the job still needs to get done, whatever it is. Not in my job, but you know what I mean? Just generally living in this city. And to your point, going back to the communication thing, are people creating narratives in their head, or stories, and then it has to get weird. Like, it doesn't have to be weird. Like, especially if, you call yourself an adult and you're mature, you're this and that, then, like, handle that even in your personal life, in your day-to-day, not just, whatever it is. So maybe that's a pet peeve of mine, too, that I would say.
Relatable content.
Relatable content. I can see that. Yeah.
I want to know who you're taking to Beyonce.
Hey, we don't know, man.
He's
Y'all-
taking two
y'all
right
got-
here, me
y'all-
and you.
There we go.
Look
Hey,
at that.
That's two.
We friends,
two-
right?
look at that.
We got a relationship,
Two
right?
claim right there.
Look at that.
Y'all better step it the fuck up, cause
Look at that.
hey, that's two right here.
We
It's a
going.
group. It's a group activities
Yes.
for sure. Summertime is not that far, so
We're
you
gonna
know,
sneeze.
enjoy
and
it.
February's gonna be done already.
Exactly. I'm ready for the spring.
Legit.
For
same.
sure. I'm sick of the cold.
So
But you went to Denver.
Let's not talk about it because it was freezing.
I like Denver though.
I do like it. It was great. I mean, it was a great time. It was below zero 2 days in
I
a row.
heard it's really pretty.
It
It's
is.
beautiful.
I heard
It
it's
is.
really pretty.
Yeah.
It is, and of course, you know, the mountains. We went hiking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and still fuck these dudes for this, but we went hiking. We went for my
Not
boy's
fuck
birthday.
these dudes.
Went for my homie's birthday. And like, you know, we going to do stuff, going out to eat, you know, going to different spots or whatever. So one morning we went hiking, and then we went all the way up to the peak, came back down, and like it wasn't discussed who was driving back to the Airbnb from the mountain or whatever. And these fools made me drive, and I almost fell asleep at the wheel.
On the mountain?
No, on the way back.
On the way
to
back.
from the mountain. From the mountain.
Yeah, it's really far, like
Yeah.
from the mountains and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of a drive.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It,
I thought it was like in the city. You could just go to a park and just go up there.
Nah, it was at least like from where we were staying, like a 25 minute drive. But like my boy drove out there, but it was never discussed who was driving back. So must get down the mountain or whatever and get to the car. One of them hopped in the passenger, the other hopped in the back seat, and I'm like,
Oh, they set you up.
okay. And yeah, we almost was out of here because of that shit. So, but yeah, outside of that, outside of almost dying, Denver was great. I enjoyed it.
I'm gonna have to put that on my list.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely go. Okay, so what is the most embarrassing thing your parents have caught you doing? Yes. I'll go first on this one then.
Okay.
So my pops caught me in the act with one of my exes.
Damn.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what he was looking for. I think he might have been looking for the dog or something like that. And he walked in on me like mid
Yeah.
action.
Yeah.
Ass in the air. Going to work. And he it didn't register at first.
How old were you?
Ooh, like 23 or 4. Yeah, like 23, 24.
Okay.
And it didn't click for him at first. And then he like saw what was happening. He was like, oh shit. And like walked out the room and like,
Did they see? Did
Close
the other
the door.
person see?
I think she did, but like we didn't stop. Like I'm not stopping for shit. I'm like, no, it's too late now. I didn't commit it. Let's fucking finish it. So yeah, we never talked about it again after that.
That's why you guys aren't together.
No. No. That's not why we're not together. No. But yeah, my dad never brought it up or anything like that. After that, he was just like, "Oh shit, you know, I could have knocked." I was like, "Yeah, could have knocked," but you know, it's cool. Shit happens.
I don't really.
You were
Remember-
a saint. You were a saint, is what you're saying.
No, I don't. I wasn't a saint. I just don't really remember anything like wildly embarrassing happening.
Same.
Man, fuck y'all. No, got me out here fucking and been shit. Oh, no, I'm
Not
like,
anything that
I
was
just don't
like,
remember
Oh my
anything.
god, my mom, saw
Yeah.
this or caught me this or my dad.
Yeah.
or-
Yeah.
It was never.
No, I don't really.
Well,
remember
lucky
anything
y'all.
like that. Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry.
Is your dad proud of you?
Oddly enough, me and my dad have never had conversations about
The birds and the bees.
birds, and it was actually my mom, and it wasn't even a birds and bee conversation. She was like, "Hey, I know you're gonna do it at some point, so hey, I need you to wrap up because either A, you're gonna have a baby before you're ready, or B, you're gonna catch something."
No, that's a conversation to have.
And it was a pat on the back
And that was it. I was like,
I think that's an important conversation.
Yeah. I mean, but that's a topic. That's definitely a topic to explore. Like, especially I feel like in the Black community, like, when do parents talk about stuff like that?
yeah, and I appreciate her for being honest. She was like, I can't stop you from doing it. So,
but I wish it was more like of a. Now, when I look back, I wish there was more of like a deeper conversation about it. And I don't feel like people are getting enough of a conversation. That's why people are out here doing wild stuff.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Like the consequences of doing certain.
I mean, the consequences of it, like how to approach it, like consent, like, you know, just all the things. Like, I just don't feel like people have enough conversation around it.
Yeah, no, the conversation. It's funny you said consent. I definitely feel like, as far as men, that is a conversation that men need to have with young boys.
Yeah, I agree.
More so now than ever. Like, hey, like, no means no.
Yeah.
And
Also,
it's okay.
also, you know, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with you for that, or like, don't berate her because she doesn't want to do it with you and things like that. And like, it'll eventually will happen or whatever. Like I say this all the time. Like, I wish I would have personally waited, because it wasn't worth it at all.
Right.
That first experience was trash on me. And I look back and I was like, yeah, I could have waited. But you know, you at that point, you like, yo, like, I gotta get it over with. Like, this is killing me. It's driving me crazy. Not even on some peer pressure from like my friends or nothing like that, but just like to be like, whew, okay, it's over and done with. But looking back at it, I like, definitely I could have waited for sure. But yeah, definitely we need more men talking to young boys about that, you know, because too many of them are getting their quote unquote feelings hurt and doing dumb shit, and you see women get killed all the time because she's good, she says no, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
And that's crazy that you say that, because right before I came here, I was having, it was like a working like dinner meeting. Sorry, manager. Working dinner meeting. So I did eat. It was delicious. If you haven't tried it, my Maria's on Cherokee Street. They have amazing oxtails there.
Sensational.
Seafood.
I haven't been there.
It's good. It's really good. A Haitian woman owns it.
Okay.
So like, yeah, super dope. But I was with my friend, and she was telling me last night she got a phone call from one of her girlfriends at like 3, 4 in the morning. And she had her phone on Do Not Disturb. But you know, if somebody calls you repeatedly, your phone ends up going off. Yeah. So she sees that she called several times. So she finally answered, and she's like, hey, what's up? And she's like, can you come and pick me up, please? Because I guess she had taken an Uber to whatever the date place was. And then they had gone back to his place, and he was trying to get into some extraordinary stuff, and she kept saying no. And he was so petty. He like took her stuff out and like put her out. And she was like, I need a way to get home, you know, and all because she just told him no. And I've never been in a position, thankfully, where if I've said no to somebody, it was an issue, you know, like move on from it. It doesn't have to be weird, like, because you're just going to make it worse for yourself. And now you're never going to get it. Yeah. At this point.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really, really messed up. But especially with, it's funny that we were talking about this, especially with the women that are my friends in my life, and just women in my life in general. It's like, yo, like, if anything happens, like, talk to me. Because, like, oftentimes when women won't say anything either, it just kind of just deal with it. Keep it to themselves, whatever.
And then that's when the trauma hits.
But look what happens when you say something. Yeah. You know, there's too many examples right now of all the things that happen. If you do say something, if you do come forward, it's not like, you know, people readily believe you.
Hey.
So it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot. Like, I was on one of those, like, shade rooms or one of those, and they're like, why are you telling us? Go to the police. I mean, stuff like that is ridiculous, right? It's like, no.
To be put on hold?
To be put on hold. Or like, I feel like it's also traumatic to go through an experience and not be believed, right? Like, that you have to deal with that.
Hey, say something to me. I don't give a fuck. I'll go with you to go file whatever you got to file. Damn.
I'm laughing at Keith.
I wanted some Coke.
You just wanted soda? You could have just had
I
soda.
want a Coke with my
She
Jack.
wanted warm Coca-Cola.
Bruh. Jeez. Okay. Let's see here. What else we got? What's the craziest thing you ever done to attract a crush? And let's not like think about like crazy. Like,
You probably didn't get the crush if you were that kind of crazy.
yeah,
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I had to like put a caveat on like,
I mean, what you mean, like crazy? Like, oh, let me walk past this space that he in a couple of times.
8
like,
times.
what we mean? Like, let me walk past this much
a little harder every time.
What we
you
mean?
walk.
Let me, like, what do you mean? Like, I mean, probably something like that. Let me walk past here a couple of
kept
times.
walking
Let me
past him a
keep
couple
making. Let me
times.
see if he noticed. If he noticed or something,
Oh,
But I don't think it's anything like.
something different about you. Oh, you the manager now. Oh, okay. You can fire my ass. Okay. Oh shit.
Yeah, wow.
So you sashayed.
Yeah,
Pass
make
him a
yourself
couple
notice.
times. Mm.
Maybe dress a little cuter or put more effort into the morning.
Yeah,
Yo,
something like that. Slid in his DMs or something. I don't know.
I'm glad to know y'all good civilized women.
Yeah. Because, I mean, what am I supposed to do? Now, I will say, like, my friends are like, oh, I was like, what y'all want me to do? And I was like, is that what I'm supposed to do?
Here's the buffet.
I was like, no, I'm not doing that. For like a crush, they're like, you just need to have sex with him. I'm like, no, this is terrible advice.
Oh my God.
This is terrible advice.
Oh Lord.
Oh, just jump the gun.
This
Just
is
go,
terrible
go for
advice.
it.
This
Hey.
is awful advice, quite frankly.
Is it?
Look,
Yes.
see, that is such a male response. Is it though?
Is it though? Because I done told if you want to fuck him.
Now, if they want to,
Yeah,
that's
they-
different.
I
Yeah.
just feel like it shouldn't have to be all that. Like, if you are interested, if you like, I'm like, come on, we spending time together. Like, we've been hanging out, whatever. Like,
I've been bringing you chicken plates.
you know what's up. Like,
Yeah.
We have some chemistry here.
What you trying to get into?
Yeah, I mean, come on now. But if you don't push it, I'm not pushing it. We just gonna take our time and keep playing.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Now I get the vibe. You just sent it home for me. Like you the one that be like, oh, if that's what you want to do, we can do that.
I just feel like I want people to do what's organic to them. Like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my approach to dating. And I don't know, it might not be working, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I want you to do it because you want to do it. Like,
And if it's received, then we good. And if it's not, we could keep.
I mean,
it
but if
pushing
I'm
and
spending time
see
with
where
you-
it goes.
if we're spending time, we're hanging out, then obviously I like being around you. Like, obviously it's something I like about you. You don't just spend time with people because you don't want to. Like,
Right.
that's crazy. Who does that?
Yeah. And if they end up acting a certain way or doing something different, then you just know how to, I guess, deal with that person. But I think that, we're adults. So if you're spending time with somebody and it's something that you want to do, then, and it makes you happy,
Okay.
whatever the happiness outcome is, then just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what'd you do? You
I haven't done anything crazy. I don't have.
You just let it come to you, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
you said, I'm
I mean,
good with
motherfuckers
it.
asking me who I'm going to concerts and shit with, and they in a whole nother state. That's the extent of my.
So do you have expectations? Let's ask you this. If you fly somebody out and you buy them Beyonce tickets and
Absolutely, we absolutely.
Now what if she tells you no from the jump?
Okay,
If she says, I don't want you to expect that this and this is going to happen, but I still want to do this and
you're
that.
not coming. Sorry.
Okay.
We not
Well, at least
like
you
I
gonna
know.
let her know? You going to let her know?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So I'm not. I don't want to sit up here and act like flying somebody out. Like, of course, you're not entitled to anybody, right? But you know what the fuck going on. If I buy you your plane ticket, we get you a nice room or whatever for us to go to this concert.
we go into a gray area, my guy.
It is. I mean, it could be a gray area.
I'm
It
just
could-
going to let him finish talking.
and all this other stuff, and like we gonna act like that's not happening. Now, if you say from the jump like don't expect anything, then I'm not even gonna bother. Why am I going all the way out? I'm not doing it. I'm
Because she's a
cool.
friend. You taking 2 friends? To
I
the
got
concert, so-
friends. Look, we going to the concert. I don't expect nothing from y'all, but I'm also not flying y'all out and putting y'all in a hotel room.
Okay, so I also feel like right? I don't feel like it's just like either or. And is my favorite word.
Yeah.
Look, we are just
I
taking the
don't-
practices we learned from our classes.
Classes, yeah,
not
yeah.
but and.
And is my favorite word, right?
And let me say, like, I don't. If she decides like that's not what I want to do, cool. I'm not gonna be like fuck you or anything like that. I'm just like, hey, like,
I just feel like
let's not be obtuse
yes.
here.
And it's like that's transactional, sir. Like that's transactional, but I understand because as a man, once you start spending your money on somebody, it's like that's me showing my interest. I get that. However, I also think you need to have those conversations. Like,
Absolutely.
if we not having conversations like, hey, I really like you. I want to spend time with you. Like, I feel like it's multifold. I don't think you can, if you flying somebody out, this is the first time you're meeting them. Like, I think those situations are crazy. Like, I don't really know you. We've been just talking on the phone.
That part.
Because when we get together, the chemistry could be very different, right?
Mm-hmm.
The chemistry could be, it's like, would you go on a first date with somebody and expect them to just be like, oh yeah, because I bought you this meal, I'm dropping a draw.
Nah.
I feel like at some point we just gonna be like, oh, let me chalk that money up. Like I spent that money to fly you out and put you up. Oh, it didn't work out, let it go. But it's like, it can't be automatic that once you get here, this is what's happening. Now, if you've been having conversations, y'all been doing this for a while,
Right.
That's a different conversation because it's the comparable piece is if you were in the same city and y'all were dating,
and
right?
I'm not talking about just a random either.
Yeah.
Like, I pick a random I see on Instagram.
Yeah,
And like,
we've been seeing this stuff on Instagram. Like that one video with that man yelling at that woman in that hotel room. That was wild to me. Like
I don't think I saw that.
he was yelling at her. He's like, I've spent $5,000 on this B word. Like he cussing and screaming and stuff. I'm like, that was wild to me. Like, and it's like, is that the first time you met her? Like, is that the first time y'all actually met in person? Like, maybe y'all felt comfortable on the texting on the phone,
DMs,
whatever.
yeah.
But it's like,
yeah.
when you get in person, that's why I'm not really a fan of long distance relationships. I feel like you got to be with somebody, see them,
their behaviors, their
see
habits.
their behaviors, their habits. I want to know, what do you do when you come home from work? How do you live on a regular basis? What kind of, what kind of house you live in? Who your friends?
Yeah.
What kind of people you hang out with?
I want to be clear too. If the roles were reversed, I'm absolutely thinking, oh, I'm finna have to come up off something if you buy me my flight.
Yeah, but
A concert ticket, and
Yeah.
I'm either in you got me a hotel room, or I'm staying with you. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, like,
Yeah.
something definitely finna happen. Like that's not just a one way.
yeah, but I
Street.
think on that side, it's hard as a woman. Like if you are a woman and you are like, being reciprocal to a man in that way, I don't think they always know how to handle that. I know that's been my personal experience. Like, it's like, do you feel like, I'm just trying to reciprocate and be generous to give back what you've given to me, to also show you that I care, that I'm here, that I'm present, and I'm invested. And it's like, I think that, men feeling that way, like, oh yeah, I'm about to owe you something. I feel like that's difficult too, right? Like it's difficult to navigate. It has been for me at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have done that before. Like I haven't flown somebody out, but I've flown
I haven't flown
myself
nobody
out
out.
to somebody, and like got in the room and gotten everything, and they've done that. So I've been in the opposite scenario in that.
Okay. Yeah. It's I get it. It's a slippery slope
It
for
is,
sure.
But as
For
long
sure.
as you have that conversation and
Yeah,
transparency,
the conversation is super important.
Then we gonna
it's
be
super
good.
important.
But I've flown myself out, so I don't owe you anything. Like, so as
That's
a man, I feel
right,
you.
right.
That's the safe bet.
I feel you, right? Like, so I do feel you. Like,
Yeah.
you know what?
But I'm gonna have control over
Yeah.
the situation.
Yeah.
That's the safe bet, because it's stories of like people getting flown out and not having to way back home, and
Yeah.
See,
when
I'm
shit
not
go
waiting
left.
on anybody for
Yeah.
for that.
And it's the same thing, like even with dating. Like I also feel like if I'm really just trying to get to know you, and a man, like, you could definitely pay for the first date, but I might pay for the second because I'm like, let me reciprocate because I don't want you to feel like I owe you. I don't want you to feel like, oh, we've gone on a couple of dates. Now you gotta, now you gotta give it up. Like, what's up? No, let's just get.
Now you gotta give it up.
Now you gotta pay it back, right? I'm
Right.
like, no, nothing's free, but it's like,
That's with interest too. if you
Yeah.
paid it back like
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, and you know what? At this age, I'm like, honestly, I just might not be there yet. Like, I just might not feel that for you yet. It might be too premature, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, don't y'all want somebody who wants you? Who wants to like willingly give it up? Like,
Yeah.
and you feel good about it, and where you go in and you do your thing, whatever your thing is. It might be you come in, you put your sexy lingerie on, you go get your fresh
Mr.
wax,
Nasty time.
whatever it
Yes.
is. Don't you want somebody to feel like that when they come in? I mean, I would. Who am I?
It's welcoming. No, I'm with you.
That would make me feel good
I'm
as a
with
man. If I was
you.
a man, I'm like, oh, she did all this for me.
Yes.
Facts.
And
For
just
me?
you. And just you. Not because you expected it, because I wanted to.
Yeah.
And then some other stuff might come out from that.
Exactly.
It's
You can't
Mr.
expect it,
Nasty
though.
time.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
Take notes on your current dating life that you're doing right
Yeah.
now.
Oh, yeah. Make sure she wants to do it.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's
But no.
101.
Yeah.
And they don't teach that in school.
Because then we go into some other areas.
Exactly.
If it's not that.
So I got one more question and then we can skedaddle. So both of you are doing really dope things here in the city.
Yeah.
Okay. So from both of your perspectives, how can I phrase this? What are some things that you are really liking about where St. Louis is going? And what are some things that you still see like still needs to improve, still needs to be better?
Well, I really like all of the new developments happening in St. Louis. I like the revitalization that's happening north of Del Mar. There's a lot of stuff that's happening in North City. If you look at like the near north side, there's things happening there. Lots of shops and businesses, Black-owned businesses popping up everywhere. I think that's great. I think we want more of that. I think we've seen a lot of gentrification, and it's not wrong per se, but we want, we do need a space for Black people here, right? We need a space for us to feel, safe and seen and welcome. And that's not to say that we don't feel that in other places, but sometimes you just need a space for you, right? I see a lot of that happening. Like there's a lot of like Juneteenth events that happen. I don't remember always seeing those. I think there's a lot of great things happening in St. Louis. I think there's a lot of organizations that are doing really good stuff in the nonprofit space and just moving the needle forward. And yeah, so I'm happy to see that. Now, what I'm not happy about is every time you hear people and they're like, what don't I like about St. Louis? Oh, St. Louis is tired and ain't nothing to do. I hate those conversations because there are things to do. And I follow a number of Instagram pages that show like, oh, these are the cool things that are happening in St. Louis. So there's stuff to do. I just feel like you just have to change your mindset and just, be open to trying some new stuff. But there are things here. This is not a flyover city. There is stuff happening here. This is a testament. We got a podcast right here, right? So there's things happening and we just have to be open to it.
I am happy and excited to see more youth, people our age, more people of color that are getting involved in leadership roles. I think that it gives a fresh new perspective, different from just the old guard mentality, and having the mentorship from people that know better, but giving us the chance and the space to sit at the table and have an effect in the city in a positive way. I think that something I don't like is, there is a lot of, like you were saying, development going on in the city, and there are a lot of things to do. I think that where we're lacking is just the full execution on that and maintaining that, especially I live in North City, so seeing all those ideas and everything is so great to see, but like there needs to be some kind of maintenance in that and like consistency and longevity in that, and that goes hand in hand with being able to pay people what they're worth and what their salaries are. I think that with all the price increases that we have going up, I mean, what is it? Eggs are like $12 a carton now, whatever. You know, but we see people are still at this like between 30 and 40 a year salary. And that's just not sustainable. You know, when you look at the cost of living just within like if you're renting an apartment, let alone owning a home. So that's something that's just, I think that that's going to be an ongoing problem and something that you're constantly going to have to deal with. But there are a lot of exciting things happening in St. Louis and a lot of great things that are and people that are doing it. And I love to see people like us that continue to encourage and continue to support and lift those voices up and get the message out there. Really makes a difference.
Look at y'all. Great answers. That's why I was so excited to get both of you on, because I knew you're going to bring it home. I'm so proud. I'm so proud. It also might be the Jack talking to me a little bit too. So,
and Keisha's Coke over there.
Yeah, all Coke. That's all Coke right there. So
that's all right.
Y'all want to share y'all socials or y'all good? Y'all good?
I'm good because mine is private.
The manager.
Yeah, mine's
private anyway.
Say less.
I'm good.
It's private anyway.
Less. That's why I wanted to ask.
But we're here.
But y'all here, the manager and Big Umi, you know, and I appreciate everybody for listening to the podcast, and I thank y'all for coming on. And now, what we about to do?
Sign off.
Yeah, I think Keisha needs some food.
Oh, yeah.
I do. I need some
You
dinner.
hangry. Getting hangry.
I'm not
cool.
hangry. I'm cool.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool. So thank y'all for listening. Until next time, we'll holler at y'all later. Peace.